Okay, now to Andrew, I know you're dying to say something, and we have been seeing pictures of Nambole there and the grass, and I remember that was one of the issues that you wanted to actually do a story on Nambole, but you were not allowed, I think, at that time, because you were asking questions about grass and what your investigative eye, you wanted to see
actually,
things.
the Minister of Sports
said no.
Avoided me.
He avoided you. Okay,
Hey.
Andrew. With all your research you have done, do you think Uganda has the financial muscle to pull this off? Remember last week we were talking about rugby and how France has actually pulled out from hosting an international, the rugby cup that they were supposed to have in France, I think 2025 or something. How do you see Uganda, the way we are? Maybe miracles happen.
Okay.
Do we have that financial muscle?
Thank you, Mebo. I'll start like Clive. We've made a step.
Oh.
And FIFA have done their job, coordinating the federations in Tanzania and Kenya. They've done their job. It's now in the hands of government. But let's take a look at the competition we have. Algeria, who want this, have 5 CAF certified international stadiums in 4 cities. Botswana, our good friends, they have 0 stadiums.
We are the same level.
Egypt have 6 CAF certified stadiums in 3 cities. Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania in the joint bid have 1 certified stadium in Tanzania, the national stadium. That's one. Cameroon last year, the previous Afcon, had 6 stadiums, 1 country. So they constructed 3, renovated 3. When you consider all the investments in the stadium, in the roads, in the hospitals and all, they spent $885 million. That's 3.2 trillion Uganda shillings. Now you could argue, since you guys are 3, if that's what you need, you can actually, divide.
Yeah.
Now, about the 3 stadiums for each country, that's a story that just East Africa is cropping up. But I think, at least according to Moses Magogo, who is on the CAF executive, that also decides who hosts, they need 6.
6, yeah.
6.
2.
Meaning at least
Group,
2.
6 venues.
So when you look at Uganda, you're hoping Nambole he gets done finally, and then construct another one. People have been talking about Chitende St. Mary's. We don't know because we don't know what's in the bid, but I don't think the artificial turf is an attraction.
Yeah, it has to be natural grass.
Then for Nachivubo, it has all the red flags you need in the world. Not host.
Oh my God.
The chaos around it,
in the middle of the
inaccessibility, all the red flags that CAF talk about. So those 2 are out. So my sources tell me they are looking at investing in the up-country stadiums. Either could be Kachieka in Imbarara, could be Wihinga in Fort Poto, or Akibua in Lira. But one of the CAF requirements is the venue must be near an airport.
True.
Okay.
It must be near a high level 5 or something hospital, a 5-star hotel.
Not only 1, by the way,
Not
but
only
at
1.
least for a start.
And 3 training grounds that meet also CAF standards. So for Uganda, you're looking at finishing Nambole, constructing another new stadium, and having 3 training grounds for each, and sort all the other things, hospital, invest in hotels to bring them up to speed.
And also good transport infrastructure.
All that.
Yeah.
Now, just like Kenya have a precedent that doesn't encourage their people. If I'm speaking to friends and they're like, how are we going to host this? We are looking at them as a big economy, but they're like, you guys, okay, you tell us how are we going to do this? They've previously won the bid twice. Now, Ugandans might think winning a bid means we are going to host. No. Winning a bid means, okay, we have agreed you're going to host, now prove to us you can host.
You have this
So you have this time for 3 years to prove that you can actually host. Now, Kenya, on both occasions, the rights were withdrawn because the venues were not ready and because of financial constraints. Guinea, that was supposed to host 2025,
Withdrew.
they're withdrawing. Now, here is where a question comes back to CAF. Should you be awarding the bid to promises and guarantees, or to those that have proven with, they've proven that they can actually host by giving you evidence that we can host? Because if people keep pulling out, especially if it's not Ebola or it's not, they're just pulling out because they've not come through with their promises, then that's another issue altogether. Now, today, the president received the bid. The Deputy Speaker...
There are pictures there.
Yes,
Yeah.
at that State House Center. Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayebwa, the Minister of State for Sports, Moses Magogo, NCS. That's the delegation that went. Of course, the committee, the bid committee. They presented it to the President and the First Lady, Janet. Now, if Magogo and his team were waiting for a speech from the President to say we got this, we are going to sort this, I'm fully behind you, let's go for it. Perhaps they might have left disappointed. I'm going to read a bit of the speech from the President at that event. The President said, as I have always said, sports is good for health, to burn calories and not be unhealthy. While in sports you learn this is it's also good for entertainment for yourself who is participating and the spectators. This is better than other activities like consuming alcohol.
What?
While in sports you learn to coordinate your body better, just like the parade in the army, and to coordinate the group. By the way, all this is true.
What?
You develop the spirit of determination. You push yourself even when you are tired. You learn not to give in, to take the easy way. You have to stop having inyoko. I was told this means jealousy. I don't know if that's true. By learning that you can lose and later win. Now, when it comes to addressing the bid, now he's talking about the bid now. When it comes to the bid, and this is a line I picked from the story for the Daily Monitor tomorrow. When it came to the bid, the president appreciated the business side of it, but if he exhibited enthusiasm about it, it did not show in his message. Now, this is the message. Therefore, for East Africa to come together to invite the African Cup to come here is very good. It will promote our countries. Tourism will also increase. However, we must take care not to forget the real way of becoming stable, which is wealth creation. Yes, sports brings money from some professional players, but out of 100, how many will be professional and make money? Therefore, the children should play, but also get time to create wealth in order to have money even after their sports. That's his take on the bid.
Wow.
So the commitment coming through publicly from the president, you're like, you know what, come rain or shine, we are up for this, didn't come through exactly here. So assessing whether we are ready, I mean, we've already talked about that, and the mixed, the CAF requirements as well, they're quite stringent. But let me tell you the most unique thing about Uganda's bid, East African bid, which is Pamoja together, Afcon 2027, is it has 3 countries. It brings together 3 different nations, which is attractive for even people want to come and cover the game in terms of visiting the different countries. It also taps into the emotions of the people giving awarding the bid. So if you have to look again at Uganda, East Africa and the rest, that's the only unique thing we have about it. After
I
that,
wanted to ask some sort of affirmative action.
After
because
that, we are done.
It seems
Listening to
By
what
the-
you
for
have
me,
written.
now, you asked me a question of can we pull it off? If we are serious, we can pull it off. Unfortunately, we have not proven our seriousness. 13 years on since the promise of the high altitude interrogate, when Moses Kipsiro won in 2010 at the Commonwealth Games in Delhi. 13 years on, we are still waiting for the completion. Nambole refurbishment, first it was 97 billion, then we are told another phase and all. Even the refurbishment, we are going now in 2 years.
That's fair.
In 2 years. Now we need 3 years to build a full, new stadium. We are not guests in this country. We've seen things, but somehow they just manifest the way we expect them. Anything beyond that will be a pleasant surprise for the country.
Listening to what you